All right, we're going to talk about perspective. You've learned about shape and form, and we're going to use perspective because that helps to make a shape into a three-dimensional object, which is considered form. So, everyone will eventually need a ruler, and on your paper, when you start practicing, you are going to create just a straight line. Let me grab my pencil. The straight line needs to be towards or in the center of your paper. Okay, there we go. Now, this line right here is called the horizon line. There's going to be a center dot in the middle of that line, and that is called the vanishing point. Okay, you can kind of label it VP if you want. And sometimes that gets in the way, so you can erase it, but just know that is the vanishing point. This is where all lines from your shape lead to, okay, to make that three-dimensional object. So remember, a shape is flat, and form, they have something to them, okay, they're three-dimensional. So what you're going to start out with is any shape. It can be above the horizon line, on the horizon line, or below the horizon line. So the first one I'm going to draw is a square. And this one is going to be on the left side of the horizon line and above. So now when we look at this shape, we have four corners. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So with those shapes, each one of those corners needs to line up to this vanishing point. You're going to take your ruler, okay, and you can start at any one that you want. So we're going to line it up here with this corner, and then we're going to line it up here with this vanishing point. Then you're going to mark a line that goes all the way to that point. Okay, then we'll move to this next corner, line them up, and there you go. Now we'll do this one up here, the upper corner. Okay, we have the corner to the vanishing point, and there we go. Now this one you could draw, but it goes behind the shape. It's not seen. So you don't need to worry about drawing that one. So now we are going to be drawing parallel lines. Remember, parallel lines never touch each other. Those would be parallel, these would be parallel, these would be parallel, and the list goes on. So we're going to look at this line of our shape and this line of our shape, and going to draw parallel lines off of those ones. It doesn't matter which one you start with, and you can draw them wherever you want in this shape. If you want the shape to look like it's a lot bigger, then you can draw all the way down here. If you want to look like it's a shorter shape, then you can draw the lines up here. So I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to set it somewhere on kind of this area. Now I'm going to be drawing a line that is parallel with this line. Okay, so those two lines are parallel. Now we're going to be drawing a line that's parallel to this one that needs to connect to that previous line. So take your ruler, make sure that it's going to be parallel to this line up here. Okay, and there we go. Now to make it that 3D shape, you need to erase all these extra lines. These are not needed anymore. Okay, so we have one of them completed. Now a circle. Let's draw a circle. We're going to do that on the right side below the horizon line. Now this one doesn't have points, but it has edges. So what you do, take your ruler, line it up at the vanishing point, then move your ruler until it hits where that shape is. And then mark a line based off of that. We're going to do the same thing on the top. Put your ruler at that vanishing point, move it down until it hits the shape. So there we go. Now we decide, do we want it to be a long shape, okay, that is three-dimensional, or one that is short? Now, this is a curved line, so should we draw a line down here that's straight? No. It needs to be a curved line. And then we can erase these extra lines right here. Let's do a couple more. A triangle. This one's kind of, it's above the horizon line and in the center. Now, this has 3 points. These two will line up to the horizon line. But if we do this one, it actually goes behind the shape and you don't see it. So we'll line these up. There we go. Now you figure out where do you want it to end. Maybe there. Again, we are drawing a line that is parallel to this one. And it can be anywhere in that spot, in that shape. And then we'll erase these extra lines right here. So now it becomes its own three-dimensional object, showing form. We'll do one more. We'll do a rectangle. Line each corner to the vanishing point. Now this one goes behind the shape, so it doesn't need to be drawn. Now again, we're going to draw parallel lines based off of this one and this one. So we'll go maybe like this. Parallel line based off of this one. Now a parallel line based off of that one that needs to connect to that previous line that we just drew. And there we go. And you'll erase your extra lines. Okay. So we have 4 so far. Now what I want you to do, okay, on that page in your worksheet, there is already a horizon line drawn. You need to draw at least 6 shapes that move into form, right? So exactly what we did here, okay? If you want to practice more than 6, go for it.